Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the What Was That podcast. I'm Jazzy.
And I'm Addi.
Halloween has come and gone.
And it's the best day of the year. Gone too soon.
But Halloween ending doesn't mean that we stop celebrating all things spooky.
Damn straight it doesn't. We literally host a spooky podcast, so what do you want us to do? Go on a hiatus until next spooky season? I don't think so. Don't answer that.
There's plenty more to celebrate. For example, Dia De Los Muertos, the Day of the Dead.
The spirit of loved ones come back from beyond the grave for a brief reunion.
Is it a loved one paying a visit, or is something more sinister afoot? Okay, disclaimer. We have 2 Dia De Los Muertos stories and 2 paranormal visitation stories. There are a good amount of Dia De Los Muertos stories, but they're all in Spanish, and we are not fluent, and Google Translate seemed like a bad idea, so here we go.
Great.
Story 1. Dia de los Muertos. So I grew up in Southern California in a town that big time celebrated Dia de los Muertos. I'm not Mexican, but my oldest daughter's father is from Guadalajara, so I've done my... There's a dog, okay? So just ignore it.
It'll get better.
Sleep.
Yeah. Last episode she did it for like 5 minutes and then didn't make a peep the rest of the time, so.
Yeah. My oldest daughter's father is from Guadalajara, so I've done my best raising her to feel connected to her roots. I moved to the Midwest years ago to finish a PhD, where I married a white guy, and we have a little daughter together. Squeak. I always put out ofrendas for my Irish Nana and my German grandmother, because growing up in a Mexican community taught me the value in such practice. And I like to keep my oldest kid connected to where she was born and her culture. Last year, my father's husband died unexpectedly from late-onset muscular dystrophy. Dystrophy? Mm-hmm. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Muscular dystrophy. My husband has really struggled with this loss over the past year. His father, Randy, was a wonderful man. Salt-of-the-earth railroad worker on the Sioux Line. I only knew him for 4 years, but I loved him deeply. When he died, my husband changed. We're both professors, my husband and I, and his dedication to work slipped. He drinks a lot more, and he's often up late watching football with his father's ashes nearby. He cries out of the blue. Randy is such an important part of what motivated him to be a good father, husband, and scholar. He was the kind of blue-collar, social justice warrior baby boomer that's hard to find. So this year, I asked my husband if I could put out an ofrenda for Randy. I gathered photos and his Sioux Line hat, his ashes, and a cold summer sausage and PBR. I placed all of this next to my Nana's ofrenda on a built-in bookcase in our front living room yesterday. I lit candles, no big deal. The kids were trick-or-treating and had friends over, and there was fun chaos all around the house. The candles glowed and the ofrendas... The candles glowed and the ofrendas were background reminders of the family we miss. Nothing noteworthy. Just like all the years before, my daughter said hello to her Nana and my grandmother, and this year Randy, and we went about our holiday as usual. But after the kids went to bed and my husband came home from a get-together with colleagues, we had a stern disagreement about his drinking. I was upset that he continues to rely on alcohol to help him cope with his grief. He was apologetic and kind, but still very much in denial. He huffed off to bed, drunk and discouraged. I stayed downstairs to turn out the lights and blow out the candles. I went to the ofrendas and stopped, as I do every year, and had a long talk with my Nana. We were very good friends in life, and I miss her a ton, even though she died 16 years ago now. I took care of her while she was dying, and the night she passed was very overwhelming. It's a long story. Most people, save my father who was there with me, believe. But when she died, she came to my front door and knocked on it loudly to tell us she was going. It was incredible, and my father and I, who are atheists, it shook us into agreeing that there's something more to living and dying than we know. So there I was at 3:19 a.m. talking to my Nana like she was in the room. I was sober except for a glass of rosé I drank for my grandmother, and I was listening to the Sweet Mystery of Life on my phone, one of my Nana's favorite Irish operettas. I was just chilling in the fields about my Nana, not thinking about Randy at all, really, when suddenly his photo shot or pushed forward with such a force, flinging salami and beer out of the shelf. His hat flew from the shelf and beer went everywhere. I was stunned. I couldn't move for a moment. I just stood there shaking, trying to figure out how the hell this mess happened. Nothing of my Nana's. No coffee or toast or photo was disturbed. My grandmother's offerenda was untouched as well. No windows were open, nothing had shifted or fallen, except every single item associated with Randy. I was crying suddenly, picking up salami and beer and laughing. Okay, I will go get your son, I said out loud. I ran upstairs, almost giddy, and woke my husband. I didn't tell him what had just happened, but insisted like a crazy person that he had to go downstairs and talk to his father. He did. I left him downstairs and tucked in. Today he told me that he talked to his father until sunup, that he, the most atheist of all atheists, felt his father was there with him, listening to him, loving him, and helping him with his grief. My white-as-hell husband, who was always very cynical about my ideas on the death and the living and things like offerendas, thanked me for calling Randy home to us. And then he said, next year, we're going to grill him a steak.
Oh, that's so
Isn't that so nice?
That's so sweet and so wholesome and probably exactly like what he needed to hear.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been waiting to get all of that off of his chest, and he finally had that outlet to do so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was like very clearly weighing so heavily on him, drowning in his grief. And so having that little moment to tell his dad everything that he wanted to tell him.
Oh, that makes my heart so sad and happy, but I love that the dad was like so forceful about how he got her attention. He literally was like, "Poof, go get him!" Like,
right.
pushed
Where
everything.
is he?
Yeah, I want to speak to him.
Mm-hmm.
And he probably was sitting there. He, in his little ghost form, his son gets home and they start fighting. And dad like goes to the corner. He's like, "I'm gonna let you guys sort this out. I'll be here whenever it's done." Mm-hmm. He was kind of waiting, trying to see if maybe his son would come talk to him. And then his son just like went to bed. And so then he took it upon himself to tell the wife, "Hey, get my son." Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's probably sitting there, like, watching her talk to her Nana, and she was like, I want to talk to somebody.
Yeah. I'm here all by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, go get him.
Oh.
Yeah, I love that they put out salami and PBR.
Yeah. I honestly don't really know a whole lot about Dia De Los Muertos. Like, I know that you put out offerings. I know that doesn't it go on for like multiple days?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a span of, I want to say October 29th to November 2nd.
Okay, yeah, that I thought it was like a good amount of days, and there's like different nights for different things, right?
Yeah.
Like different people or different things come on different nights.
Yeah, there's like loved ones that come back, pets can come back. I've seen that.
Yeah.
Where people leave out, like a collar and their favorite treats or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like definitely, I think it's a very sweet tradition to remember.
It's super wholesome.
Yeah.
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 To pay respects and put out offerings to the people that you love that died, so that like that one night or that like one span of time a year where the veil is the thinnest, they can come back and experience the human things for one night a year. Can you imagine that? One night every year you get to come say hi to the people that you love. Yeah. And it's only for like this short amount of time. Mm-hmm. And you only get to have your cold salami and your PBR one night a year.
Yeah. Yeah. Go back and, all right, I'm here for this year. Tell me what I missed.
Yeah.
Eating my salami, sipping my PBR. Okay, I'll see you next year.
Could you imagine if you were sitting there and you just saw like the can like moving up and down? Like it was like, I shouldn't do that motion on camera.
That's like a big one. Wow.
Drinking your beer. Yeah.
Eating your sausage.
Eating your steak and like drinking your beer, but you're like the human person is sitting next to it and just seeing the floating fork and the floating glass or the floating can.
Wild. I'd get so spooked.
Yeah, but I don't know.
But like if you know
it's
who
your
it
loved
is,
one, exactly. You're more inclined to be like, content with what's going on and feel safe about what's going on.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I would love to have one night a year where the people that I love that have passed, like, can come back and talk to me. That would be so sick, but I don't celebrate it, so.
I don't either. I do really like that this mom is like, she's like, this is a culture that I grew up in, and it's a culture that my daughter is a part of. So I want to make sure she's connected to that.
Yeah, even though I'm not. And I like how she kept saying white as hell, but then was like, my Irish and my German.
Right. I'm like, my husband is so, like, what kind of white is he if, like, you're Irish and German are, like, so white?
Yeah, I feel like those are, like, the two whitest places you can be from.
Yeah.
So.
Well, in the States anyway, Irish wasn't always white. So it's like Italians. Italians weren't always white.
You're so right.
So
I'm so bad at
spicy
history.
whites. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, story 2.
Story 2. Still fulfilling his duty even after death. I'm a fresh graduate nursing student. As nursing students, we have what's called RLE, or Related Learning Experience, where we're assigned duties in different facilities and communities. Around April, we were assigned to a certain community and stayed at their barangay hall? Village. Little village.
Okay.
2 groups were on duty at the same time, each with its own schedule of activities. Our group had 11 members, while the other group had 10. The barangay's hall covered court was divided in half to set up for our sleeping tents. It was a safe place to stay since the area was gated, and right beside the barangay hall was the house of the barangay captain, or chairman. On our first night, we were preparing the materials we would need for the next day's duty. Most of my group mates were already asleep inside their tents. Only 3 of us were still awake, fixing our materials and printing documents. We were seated at a table. I was in charge of printing, and my 2 companions, let's call them Freddie and Noelle, were organizing the files. I was facing the gate while they were seated across from me with their backs to it. Around 12 or 1 a.m., I noticed someone standing outside the gate, facing towards us. I thought it was just a guard checking on us. But after a few seconds, that figure slowly moved closer, and then passed right through the gate. That's when I realized it wasn't a person at all, but a ghost. I wasn't scared, though. I've been used to seeing things like that, and it wasn't new to me, so I just ignored it and kept working. I didn't tell my companions either because I didn't want to frighten them. The ghost didn't do anything harmful. It just walked around the covered court, circling the tents as if checking on them, almost like it was doing rounds. Eventually, it came closer to where we were seated and stood beside our table for a while, then slowly moved backward towards the gate and disappeared. I thought I was the only one aware of it, but later on, I found out that Freddie had felt something. He couldn't see ghosts, but he said he felt the hairs on the back of his neck rise and sense a presence nearby. He said he knew I had seen something because he could feel it strongly, especially when the ghost came near our table, which must have been the exact moment I saw it. Later, while we were having snacks after duty, our clinical instructor asked if we had noticed anything unusual during our stay. My group mates pointed at me and told our CI that I could see things, so I shared what happened that night. He then asked me to describe what I saw. After hearing my description, he realized that the figure I saw was actually a deceased barangay tanod, or a village watchman. According to him, that tanod used to watch over nursing students like us whenever they were assigned in their community, and the exact spot where I saw the ghost disappear was the same place where he used to hang his hammock, the one that he would sleep on while on duty. Our CI said that the tanod had passed away just a few months before we came for duty, yet it seemed he was still doing his duty even in death. How many times can I say duty? Take a shot every time I say duty. That wasn't the only paranormal experience I had during our duty in that village. But despite those strange encounters, I learned a lot, gained meaningful experiences, and truly enjoyed staying in the community. It was a duty I would never forget, not only because of what I saw, but because of everything I learned from the people and the place itself.
If I were a ghost, I'd be pissed if I had to be stuck working all the time.
Right?
That's my first thought.
Oh my God.
I love that he's like committed to keeping everyone safe. That's really nice. That's really wholesome. I would be pissed if I was logging in the afterlife. Oh my God.
And that's all you get to do for the rest of
my now when I'm doing it. Like,
logging isn't that bad. I like it.
I fucking hate it.
But I can empathize with not wanting to die at work. I also would not want to die at work. I think that would be the worst way. I mean, even if you
All I can think of is that kid.
Have you ever had a dream that you want him to do you so much you could do anything?
Now I'm flustered. Now I'm bashful. I'm thinking of, if you die at home, could you still have, because did he die while he was on duty, or did he die at home and then just came back as a ghost working?
Yeah, he's like, I'm definitely not staying in this house. So.
Yeah, so I'm wondering, that would be an even worse nightmare if I died at home and then I woke up in purgatory work hell.
Yeah. That's literally the plot of Severance. I would heli myself if I was stuck in this area. Yeah.
I like how you censored yourself by saying
if you've seen, you know what I mean.
YouTube does not like when you say the other thing.
No.
So
I get it. I get any heli.
Yeah. So. That's so fair. And that's a whole thing that is so beautiful about that show. If we're going to talk about Severance for a minute, is you, as an outside person, you don't really think about that. Like, you're not really thinking, there's this whole being that will be trapped forever working, never having a single minute to do anything else besides work. You don't think about that. You just think about the fact that you won't ever have to work anymore.
Right, that's awesome.
Yeah, and you're like, hell yeah.
Yeah, sign me up.
Yeah, and then it opens up that whole psychological, like, moral dilemma where you're like, is that okay? Is that an actual person, or is it just like a variant of me? Yeah. Or like, there's so many little things that have to think about it. I personally would never do it.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
Because I like myself too much. I wouldn't do that to myself.
I just, especially after watching that show, I don't think I could, just because I would imagine as if I was doing it to myself.
Right.
And I don't want to do that to myself, even if I can't feel those emotions as my outie.
Right.
Like, my innie's still feeling it, and my innie, I would hate my outie.
We've got the same body.
Yeah, we have the same brain. Like, we might not have the same memories because they're
wiped. I stripped you of them.
Yeah, I stripped you of everything that you love, but...
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, damn, that's so crazy that happened. I also think it's interesting, and I never really thought about it, that people will experience the paranormal in different ways, and it makes sense, because in ghost shows, they bring in a medium, and they're like, okay, this is what I see, and everyone's like, yeah, I felt something. But I never really thought about that too much.
Yeah.
But, yeah, with this person saying, this is what I saw, and everyone was like, yeah, I know you saw something because I felt something weird.
Yeah.
And you were just staring off into the void. Like,
yeah, what were you looking at?
Yeah. You did this. Clearly, you saw something.
Yeah, some people have the sight. I don't think I'd want the sight.
No.
If I like had an option to choose, do you want to feel ghosts or do you want to see ghosts? I'd rather feel ghosts than see them, because I could not imagine just sitting at home and like looking over and there just be like in the corner. No. And then nobody else can see it either. So then you're constantly trying to nuts. Yeah, and you're constantly trying to differentiate, oh, am I seeing ghosts or am I having a schizophrenic break?
Right.
And if you go tell anybody, they're gonna assume that you're having a schizophrenic break, and they're gonna put you in a ward. Mm-hmm. So,
which I'm sure is filled with ghosts. So,
yeah, exactly.
You know what? You will have a schizophrenic break by the end of it.
Yeah.
So,
speaking of wards, we should get more followers, guys, and go tour some. because I think it'd be
It's
really
going to be so spooky.
fun.
Legally, we're required to do it if we get more followers.
Yeah, you can hold us to that.
Yep.
If we reach 50,000 followers.
I like this. That's a good number. I was about to lowball it because I'm so scared of wards. But 50,000 is good. Yeah,
I feel like maybe 100,000.
I was about to say 1,000.
Oh no! Let's do 100,000.
Let's do
If we get
100,000.
100,000 followers, we will go
Toward a ward.
toward the ward. We will allegedly go urban explore a ward with just ourselves and maybe one other person and a camera.
Allegedly.
Allegedly at 100,000 followers. So,
Allegedly legally non-binding. There's
Yeah.
no proof that we did this.
but you guys have been great. All of you leaving comments and liking and sharing us with your friends and, you know,
It's cute. Thank you. Keep it
yeah.
up.
Thank you.
Keep doing it.
Thank you so
We'll
much.
do our thing. Cuties being cuties. See you guys. Story 3. Has anyone experienced paranormal occurrences after the death of a loved one? So, a few days ago, my father passed away in hospice in our home, and ever since then, there have been a few different occurrences that have happened that really can't be explained. The first occurrence happened the morning after my father passed away. He passed away at 9:32 p.m., so that next morning. Both my mother and grandmother swear up and down they heard him clear his throat like he did every morning. The only other person in the house is me, and I was asleep during the time and nowhere near where the sound came from. My father's uncle also had a strange occurrence happen during this time at his house, and it was after he asked my father for a sign. Both him and his wife heard a knock on their window on the second story. The second occurrence happened the next night when I went to bed. I had been crying my eyes out for a good while, and I felt something sit on my bed. I felt the same thing before. However, during those instances, I always felt afraid and scared. But this time, I felt a wave of warmth encompass me, and I immediately started to calm down. I fell asleep pretty quickly after. The third occurrence that happened, while my sister and I prepared his picture poster board in the living room, where he passed, we were putting a pin in it when all of a sudden the Xbox across the room randomly turned on. Nobody was around it for it to have been able to turn on. My question is, has anyone ever had occurrences like this before? Is my family just imagining this because of grief? Is my father sending signs, or the spirit or entity feeding off the energy of his death? I should also mention that my cat has been acting very strangely even before my dad passed. He kept looking at things that weren't there. Oh, okay, so on the cat, there was, growing up, I have some friends that are fairly religious, and the pastor was passing away. He was sick, terminally ill. And I remember hearing to bring up Bettina, that there are different things kind of swirling around, and they attack spirits that are the spirits of people that are dying.
The cat?
No, entities.
Okay.
Yeah. Entities will attack spirits that are dying or, alcoholics, things like that. So the cat looking around possibly could have been, okay, this is a spirit that's getting ready to pass. This will soon become an empty vessel. So things are swirling around it, good and evil. So, yeah, very interesting that the cat was just like, what the fuck is happening?
This is so sweet. If it is her dad, which I'm gonna choose to believe that
I feel like it is, because my dad and his sister Dot have a story like this when my grandpa passed away. Apparently my grandpa went to his children's dreams and was like, "I'm good. I'm passing on.
Yeah.
I'll see you later." And my aunt Dot gave him a kiss and a hug, and then my grandpa tried to give my dad a kiss and a hug, and my dad's goofy. So he's like, "No, the kiss of death."
Yeah.
Absolutely not, but good to see you. And then my dad also had a dream when my grandma passed away, but she kept going to a different room, and he kept following her.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's a fairly common thing when someone passes away for there to be some sort of visitation. I don't know if it's totally your brain processing the grief or it is them visiting. Who's to say? Not me.
Yeah.
But
I didn't have, so the only person, I I've had two people in my life pass away that I was close to, and there was like I haven't had any experiences post them passing away that would tell me that they were there. But there was like one experience that I had when I was like 15 or 16. I think it was 15. My Bubba, my dad's dad, had a heart attack and died. And he had called me the day before he died. And I was in my biology class in school, and I couldn't answer, so I didn't answer.
Yeah.
And I didn't call him back. And then he died the next day.
Yeah.
And I had no sort of visit from him after, so if you're up there, it'd be nice to know. It'd be cool to know that you're still
note.
there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's like when you go to jail, how you get a phone call.
one free call.
You
Yeah.
only get like a certain amount of
Yeah.
visitations.
And I wasn't one of them. Are you kidding me? Are you shitting my dick
Yeah.
right now? If that's the case, whenever I die, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
It better not have been that. He better have
Yeah.
been like, you were too young, I couldn't, or something.
Yeah, something.
It better be for
I'm
a
sure
good
it's
fucking
something.
reason, I swear to
Yeah.
God.
No, I've never had anyone who I know who's passed away pop in. Be like, hey,
It'd be
I'm
cool.
doing good. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have a friend who passed away a few years ago, and nothing from him either. So also, if you're up there, you bitch,
Yeah.
come say something to me.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
see you when I get here.
Yeah, I'll see
Yeah.
you when I see you.
You
whatever.
got it.
I actually already know when you're gonna die, so you're ticking.
I'm just waiting.
I'm just waiting it
Just
out.
waiting it out.
And then when you get here, I'll be like, ha ha, got him.
You were
Fucking
worried. You were
loser.
so worried.
I kept you on your toes, didn't I? Yeah, didn't I? Yeah, it would be nice. I know so many people that have had those types of experiences where somebody like comes and visits them after, but
I got nothing.
I got nothing.
Do you got anything? Let us know.
Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, and tell us if you have any experiences with people passing and you got to say bye to them.
Yeah, it sounds nice.
After they pass, not
Yeah,
before.
not before.
That wouldn't make sense. Everybody gets, not everybody also didn't get. Story 4. My father's dead friend walked me home on Dia De Los Muertos. I want to share this experience that happened to me around 15 years ago when I started studying in a town away from my parents' home. There was one man, let's call him Tony, who was good friends with my father, who helped him at work sometimes, hence I hung out with him usually. When I was 17, I moved to a bigger city to start university, so I traveled every 2 months to visit my parents for long weekends or vacations. After my second year away, this friend, Tony, died from alcohol abuse. My father told me on a phone call how that happened, or at least how he heard it happened. Around 2 months later, on Dia de los Muertos, the day of death, here in Mexico, I went to visit my parents, also go to visit the tombs of the family as tradition goes. And at this point, I literally forgot about Tony's death. The apparition comes around because I didn't catch the bus that arrives during the day to my parents' hometown, so I was forced to take one that arrives around 2 a.m. It's a quite small town, so since I didn't find any taxi near the bus station, I decided to walk home. Around 5 blocks away from the house, I had to pass on a bridge where people say that a decapitated donkey spirit scares people during the night. I was a bit scared, to be honest, but then suddenly, this friend, Tony, reached me on his bike. I didn't mention he always moved on a bike, and asked me if I was just arriving from university. Maybe because I originally was thinking about the decapitated donkey, I completely forgot about the fact that Tony was supposed to be dead. So I started to talk to him also, and we walked past the bridge for a couple more blocks for about 4 to 5 minutes, talking about the school, the food in the other city, and stuff like that. Just 1 block away from my parents' house, he told me, "Okay, I have to go check on some things over here," pointing in another direction, "but keep safe. Say hello to your father for me." We said goodbye, and then I got home. Since it was early morning, I walked directly into my room and waited until the next day to go and see my parents. It was until the next morning, when I was just about to tell my father about Tony, that I remembered that he was already dead. At that moment, I didn't tell my parents, but a bit later into the day, my father told me that he saw me arriving. He asked me if I was drunk or something because he saw me talking to nobody. So then I told him. I think it was some kind of company on that bridge that I was afraid of because of the stories and also because of that scare from the donkey story. I didn't even pay attention to the fact that my company was someone I knew was already dead. It's kind of funny for me, and I actually never felt afraid for that moment. So thanks to that old friend that was there with me even after death.
That's really nice.
That's really nice.
That's really nice.
That's
Yeah.
such, all these
I think
ghosts
it's like-
have been so nice.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I gotta run some errands, but hey, how's it going? So good to see you. Like,
Yeah.
I gotta get to my family, but you're almost home. Get the rest of the way safe.
Yeah.
I
would have been like weirded out in the first place that this guy was out at 2 a.m. on his bike.
Yeah. I think that just really trying to avoid a decapitated donkey, you kind of forget about the rest of it.
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, a decapitated donkey does take precedence over
Which
man
would
on
be
bike at 2
horrifying to see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I mean, that's so sweet. Having a ghost escort home. Imagine if somebody came up to them and, God damn it, I keep pressing all the wrong buttons. Imagine like somebody coming up to rob you.
Yeah.
And they're like, give me all your money. And you're like, hey, Tony, what's going on with this? And they just see you talking to
Like,
nothing.
okay.
And they're like, oh, he doesn't have any money. And they're like, who are you talking to, lady?
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't have anything either. I literally just got off the bus, but he doesn't have anything. You know, I'm just going to hop on his bike and we're just going to head out of here.
You just hop on it. It's like
It's like the invisible boatmobile. Like, it starts pedaling her feet.
just floating away.
Oh my God. And then the robbers are like,
And then they get put in the ward.
and then they get put in the ward.
Because they're like, I swear she just floated away.
She floated away. She was talking to this random thing, and then she just floated away just on air.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay.
Yeah.
You
stories are
robbers.
so sweet.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
I love that. I would love, again, going back, I'm like, ghost escort. I would love to have a ghost escort everywhere I went.
Yeah, just like, hey, could you peek up a few blocks? Let me know if anything's coming.
Yeah, just see if, there's like ghost face hanging around the corner or anything like that.
Or if anything goes a little sideways, they just pop out and go, ooh. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, exactly. They
Scare
just
'em
like
away.
stop. Yeah.
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 Hey, stop it.
They pull the Beetlejuice thing where they have like really distorted heads and freak people out.
They give them a wedgie.
Yeah.
That's
a
gonna
wedgie
stop
from
someone.
a ghost.
Yeah, mm-hmm. All of a sudden you get a major wedgie.
Yeah.
You don't know how it happened. Embarrassing for you.
Super embarrassing for you. Can you imagine walking around the corner and you just see somebody dangling from the air by their
Right.
underwear and there's nothing there?
And then they get dropped. They gotta fix it.
I feel like that's definitely from a movie. Or
I feel like
something.
that's happened.
Yeah.
Maybe in, I don't know if it happened in Casper,
like,
but I feel like it's Casper.
Ghost wedgie.
Top
20 movie wedgies. Thanks, Mojo. I don't know. Wedgie.
Oh my god.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm glad that that's not a part of my life anymore.
Getting wedgies?
Getting wedgies, giving wedgies. It was a big
Yeah.
thing with like my cousins.
Yeah.
One of my cousins, I'm so sorry for telling that story. She got like wedgied and they like put her underwear on the doorknob.
Yeah.
Major
I
wedgie.
definitely broke underwear for my sister before, so.
Yeah.
But I didn't really get wedgied
That's good.
ever, so.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really like, I feel like it doesn't hurt unless you get it like really far up.
Oh,
Especially
you gotta
for,
like major wedgie it.
for girls at least, because like we wear thongs all the time.
yeah.
We're giving
not
ourselves
then,
daily
yeah.
wedgies.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not then. I don't
Yeah.
think I got my. Never
I
mind.
feel
We're
like-
not gonna talk about it.
We're diving in. No, like a thong is like a different sensation. Like,
Yeah, because it's not being pulled up.
right, it's not
Yeah.
a bunch of fabric shoved into your butt.
Yeah, shoved
it's
into, like,
just
one
a little
little-
piece
Yeah.
that's supposed to be there. And if it's properly placed, you don't even feel it.
Yeah.
Well, since I'm older than you, I'm probably going to die first. Do you want me to visit you?
Okay, yes, but let's not worry about that just yet. I don't want to think about that. But you know what I am worried about? That you watching this have yet to like, comment, subscribe, or share us with your friends. So please do that. We have seen a little bit of an uptick, so it would be cool if we could keep that going. So please feel free to Follow us on all of our socials at whatwasthat_the_pod. And if you have your own story that you would like to be read or any ideas that you would like to be read or talked about, please email us at whatwasthat.thepod@gmail.com.
When I come back, I'm definitely going to say hi to you, but there's a few people that I want to haunt as well.
A few?
Yeah, I have a list. Hold on. Let me pull it up.
Wait, what was that?